Good evening. So today in the current affair developments, the first topic that we will take is Indian-Canada relations. Fine. So this is a much discussed topic right now because the bilateral relationship between India and Canada has been strained in the recent past due to the declaration by the Canadian Prime Minister in the Parliament, okay, which insulted Indians, and Indian government reacted sharply. Okay, this article discusses the development Indo-Canadian relation following Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's allegation against India regarding the killing of Khalistani separatist leader Hardeep Singh Nijjar. So, what is this Khalistan demand? We'll discuss it later, but right now, because the Canadian Prime Minister alleged the Indian hand, suspected Indian hand, in the killing of this Khalistan separatist leader in Canada. So, as a reaction, India expelled a Canadian diplomat in response to Canada's expulsion of an Indian diplomat. In this process, Canada has expelled an Indian diplomat, and as a reaction to that, the government of India has also expelled Canadian diplomat. What has Canada's Prime Minister claimed? Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has claimed that agents of the Indian government were involved in the June assassination of Canadian Khalistani leader Hardeep Singh Nijjar. So what who are involved? So Indian government. Okay. Agents of Indian government. So the government of Indian agent were involved in the killing of the Khalistan leader. He further stated that Canada has provided pertinent evidence with India and discussed its concern with Prime Minister Modi in a bilateral meeting in September 2023. So the Canada Prime Minister also further reiterated that this particular matter, the Canadian government has given evidence to India, and this matter was discussed between the Prime Minister of Canada and the Indian Prime Minister in September. Okay. So the fallout from the allegation. Okay. Yeah. Enabling which one item? First one, I don't need to go to the first one. Okay. So what is the fallout from this allegation? Diplomatic expulsions in a tit for tat action. India and Canada dismissed top diplomats to express their unhappiness. Okay, because Canada expelled Indian diplomats, putting allegation against him. So as a reaction to that, government of India also expelled Canadian diplomat from India. And in a more reactionary action, so both India and Canada dismissed top diplomats to express their unhappiness. Confrontation escalation. The concern expressed by both countries may lead to increased conflict. The Canadian politics, the choice to criticize India could have been influenced by domestic political factors. Okay, so why India has been criticized? Because this is proof that there is some appraisal on that. So to handle the domestic situation, so it compelled the Canadian Prime Minister to point finger towards India or criticize India. International worry, Canada's five eyes alliance partners, the United States, America, and Australia have also expressed concern because when Canada puts pointed fingers towards India. Both Australia and America, who are close partners of India, they have also expressed their concern. So why in Canada is doing things like this? In the diaspora, Canada has a sizable Indian diaspora as well as a numerous Indian origin Canadian who may be impacted by strained bilateral ties. You know, yesterday Government of India closed all visa to Canada to Canada. So right now, so no person from Canada can come to India. This is a hardening of the stand by India. Fine. So what is the Khalistan movement for which this allegation? The Khalistan movement is a fight for a separate sovereign Sikh state in present day Punjab. Punjab in the pre-partition age spread over India and Pakistan, both India and Pakistan. The movement was crushed in India following Operation Blue Star, which was launched during Indira Gandhi's period, and Operation Black Thunder. And in these two operations, Indian army was deployed to flush out the terrorists from the Golden Temple. That is Operation Blue Star. Operation Blue Star began on 1st June 1984 to flush out militants from the Golden Temple and neutralize Bhindranwala group. Okay, the Bhindranwala group or the Bhindranwala Tiger Force, they give the name to the organization. They have taken asylum inside the Golden Temple. That led Mrs. Gandhi, the Prime Minister, to order for an army action inside Golden Temple to neutralize the Bhindranwala faction. The Khalistan movement is banned in India, where officials see it and its affiliated group as a national security threat. But the movement still has some support in North India as well as beyond in countries like Canada and the United Kingdom, which are home to sizable Sikh diaspora. So although the movement has been crushed in India, but outside India, because Sikh population are in number in Canada and UK, this movement finds some favor in Canada and UK in subsequent period. Khalistan and Canada, as per the 2021 census, Canadian census, Sikh accounts for 2.1% of the Canada's population and are the country's fastest growing religious group, Sikh in Canada. After India, Canada is home to the largest population of Sikh in the world. In 2002, Toronto West Punjabi Language Weekly, the Sanj Savera, greeted Indira Gandhi's death anniversary with a cover illustration of her murder because the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was murdered by her own Sikh bodyguard as a retaliation against her order for the Operation Blue Star, where the Indian Army entered into the Golden Temple. As a reaction to that, her own Sikh bodyguard killed her. So inside in her own premises, okay, in the Prime Minister's office or official residence in Delhi, and this was celebrated, okay. So by this Canadian Punjabi Language Weekly, the magazine received government advertisements and is now a prominent Delhi in Canada. Last year, in the Brampton, home to Canada's largest Sikh population, a pro-Khalistan organization known as the Sikh for Justice (SFJ) held a so-called referendum on Khalistan. Okay, the Sikh for Justice, which is a political outfit, okay, pro-Khalistan organization operating in Canada, it held a referendum on the Khalistan, whether Khalistan can be created or not. Okay. When did the movement start and why? Origin lies in India's independence and subsequent partition along religious lines because India was partitioned, the British India was partitioned to the dominion of India and the dominion of Pakistan. So on religious line, the Hindu majority remained in India and the Muslim majority were they were in Pakistan. So the Punjab province, which was divided into India and Pakistan, saw from the post communal violence and generated millions of refugees. Lahore, the capital of Maharaj Ranjit Singh, the great Sikh leader, great Sikh empire, went to Punjab, as did holy Sikh sites, including the Nankana Sahib, the birthplace of Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism. While most Sikh found themselves in India, There is a small minority in the country, making up around 2% of the population. Majority of the Sikhs remain in India, but the numerical strength of Indian population made them a small minority of hardly 2% of the total population of India. Okay. So, struggle for greater autonomy and state reorganization commission. The political struggle for greater autonomy began around the time of independence with the Punjabi Shuba movement for the creation of Punjabi speaking state. So, the Punjabi Shuba means a separate state of their own for the Punjabi speaking people was launched in the post independent period. That's called the state reorganization. The State Reorganization Commission, in its 1955 report, rejected this demand, but in 1966, after years of protest, the state of Punjab was recognized to reflect the Punjabi Shuba demand. The erstwhile Punjab state was trafficated into the Hindi-speaking Hindu-majority states of Himachal Pradesh and Haryana, and the Punjabi-speaking Sikh majority Punjab. The Anandpur Sahib resolution in 1973, leaders of the Akali Dal met at the secretariat town of Anandpur Sahib, the birthplace of the Khalsa. They released a list of demands that could guide the political path of the Akali Dal. Among other things, the Anandpur Sahib resolution demanded autonomy for the state of Punjab, identified religion that could be part of a separate state, and sought the right to frame its own internal constitution. The Akali Dal was trying to cash in on its growing demand for an autonomous state, which has emerged alongside the Punjabi Shuba movement. This demand had gone global by 1971 when an advertisement appeared in the New York Times proclaiming the birth of Khalistan. Okay, so see how they spread even in USA, Canada, UK, and even USA New York Times. Rise of Jarnal Singh Bhindarwal. Many in Punjab sought to go beyond just a demand for greater autonomy. One such man was Jarnal Singh Bhindarwal. Bhindarwal was a charismatic preacher who soon positioned himself as the authentic voice of the Sikh. He found a captive audience in the state's youth, especially those in lower ranks of the social ladder, and messaged a massive following. By 1982, he took up residence inside the Golden Temple, directing demonstrations and classes with the police. The movement has geared towards the demand first articulated in Anandpur Sahib resolution. However, amidst growing religious polarization, sectarian violence, and Bindarwala's own harsh rhetoric against Hindus, the then government declared the movement tantamount to secession, means separation from the country, or secession, anti-secession act, the secession activity. The difficulty in Indo-Canadian relation. So that led ultimately to Operation Blue Star and the Operation Black Thunder. So that led to the end of Khalistan issue in India. But this continued outside India. Uniting for consensus, often known as the Coffee Club, is a movement that seeks to oppose the G4 countries' proposal to increase the number of permanent seats on the UN Security Council. India belongs to the G4, where Canada belongs to the Coffee Club. That means, so Canada Coffee Club is led by Pakistan, and when the G4 are promoting the cause of India's joining as a permanent member in the UN Security Council, the Coffee Club, where Pakistan is the leader, it is against it, and Canada is a prominent player or prominent participant of the Coffee Club. Khalistan, India has chastised Canada for its leniency towards Khalistanis followers in the country. India has expressed worry about temple vandalism and sacrilege in Canada, as well as recent escalations such as praising Indira Gandhi's killing and defacing Bharat Mata. So, which are anti-Indian activity conducted from Canadian soil by the Khalistan propagators. India will have to reconsider its strategy towards Canada, with whom it has had a strained relationship due to the Khalistan problem. India-Canada relation is strained because of this issue of Khalistan, because Canada having a substantial Sikh population, so they somehow sympathize the Sikhs and especially the Khalistan demand. That made it very difficult and very insulting for India when the Khalistan demand, which is banned in India, is propounded by a foreign country government. In 2015, Prime Minister Narendra Modi became the first Indian Prime Minister to visit Canada since 1973, and India and Canada worked to enhance bilateral ties through the visit of Canadian Foreign Minister Melin Joly and expedited talks on the free trade agreement. So recently, if you see the development in the last 1 or 2 days, so India has imposed a visa ban on Canada, and this trade agreement is going to be the biggest casualty. And India has issued means its advisory to the Indians visiting Canada and the Indian citizens living in Canada, so cautioning them against safety to their life and property. This project that the relationship is not good, and the Indians in Canada, especially the Sikhs in Canada, are not safe, and other Indians in Canada are not in safe because the Canadian government is somehow or other supporting the Sikh separatists who are anti-Indian and whom India has imposed a complete ban. Fine. So the free trade agreement negotiations between India and Canada is going to be the first casualty of such a move, because this will affect the bilateral relationship and in general, and the free trade agreement in particular. Fine. Okay. So this is what. Next is the next topic is a environment geographical topic, environment. Deoxygenation of rivers. Okay. Recently, a study published by the journal Nature Climate Change revealed that rivers are warming and losing oxygen faster than oceans. Okay. The study showed that of nearly 800 rivers, warming occurred in 87% and oxygen loss occurred in 70%. It's a big worry and big concern. So how are the research conducted? The research was led by the Pennsylvania State University research team, who use artificial intelligence and deep learning approaches to reconstruct historically sparse water quality data from nearly 800 rivers across the US and Central Europe. It was found that rivers are warming up and deoxygenating faster than oceans, which could have serious implications for aquatic life and the lives of humans. To conduct their analysis, the researcher trained a computer model on a vast range of data from annual precipitation rates to soil type to sunlight for 580 rivers in United States and 216 rivers in Central Europe. So this, after this thorough survey, so the report is published. So in which they revealed that so there is fall or oxygenation in rivers. Okay. So finding of the study. So okay, widespread deoxygenation. The study found that rivers are experiencing deoxygenation at a rate faster than ocean, especially nearly 70% of the 800 river studies in the United States and Central Europe showed oxygen loss. Rapid warming. In addition to deoxygenation, the research revealed that 87% of the river studies were experiencing. Okay. So, rapid warming, addition to deoxygenation, the research revealed that 87% of the river studied were experiencing warming. Okay, this indicates that river temperature are also okay. So, this is what this indicates that river temperature are also rising. Urban versus rural differences. Urban rivers exhibited most rapid warming, while rural rivers showed slower warming but faster deoxygenation. This is very peculiar. This suggests that human activities and urbanization may play a significant role in these trends. Future projections. The study projected that future deoxygenation rates in the rivers could be between. So, future position, the study projected that future deoxygenation rates in these rivers could be between 1.6 to 2.5 times higher than historical rates. This suggests that the problem is likely to worsen in the coming years. Immediate threat to aquatic life, low oxygen level in river pose an acute threat to aquatic species. The study warned that within the next 70 years, certain fish species could face extinction due to prolonged periods of low oxygen. Implications for water quality and ecosystem. The findings have significant implications for the quality of river water and the overall health of riverine ecosystem. Deoxygenation can disrupt the balance of aquatic life and ecosystem functioning. Challenges in understanding. The study highlighted that riverine water temperature and dissolved oxygen levels, crucial indicator of water quality and ecosystem health, are poorly understood due to a lack of consistent data and the complexity of variables affecting oxygen level in watersheds. Comparison to coastal dead zones, it draws a parallel between the deoxygenation observed in the rivers and the creation of a dead zone often seen in coastal areas like the Gulf of Mexico. This implies that some rivers may no longer sustain life as they did in the past because river sustain sufficient life, and if this deoxygenation and temperature increase continues, so this will affect the sustainability of river, and they may not be able to sustain the life as they are sustaining in the past. Okay. Due to the causes of deoxygenation, why this happens? Eutrophication, nutrient runoff, and sewage pollution. It is a major contributor to deoxygenation in coastal waters. A result from increased nutrient runoff from agricultural activities, sewage discharge, and land pollution that led to eutrophication. Okay, so that the nutrients runoff and the sewage pollution led to that inadequate oxygen in the water. Okay. Then excessive nutrient, particularly nitrogen and phosphorus, stimulate the growth of algae and phytoplanktons. As these organisms die and decompose, oxygen is depleted from the water into dead zones with very low oxygen level where life system inside the water body is destroyed. Okay, so nitrogen decomposition from fossil fuel burning. The burning of fossil fuels releases nitrogen oxides into the atmosphere. These nitrogen compounds, these nitrogen compounds can be deposited into ocean through atmospheric uh, deposition and runoff. Okay, so as these organisms die and decompose, oxygen depleted from the water into dead zones with very low oxygen level inside the water body where no life can survive. Nitrogen deposition from fossil fuel burning. The burning of fossil fuel releases nitrogen oxide into the atmosphere. These nitrogen compounds can be deposited into ocean through atmospheric decomposition, deposition and runoff. Widespread impact from ocean warming. Ocean warming driven by climate change is a significant factor contributing to deoxygenation. Okay. So this is the factor of. Okay. So, widespread impact from ocean warming. Ocean warming driven by climate change is a significant factor contributing to deoxygenation as the ocean temperature increases, water holds less dissolved. Okay, less diesel oxygen. Acidification and CO2 emission. Anthropogenic carbon dioxide emissions are a key driver of ocean acidification, which is closely linked to deoxygenation. Elevated carbon dioxide level reduce the pH of seawater, making it more acidic, and acidic water become unfit. Impact on marine life. Threatening species, low oxygen zone. Okay, so okay. Okay, threatening species low oxygen zone in the ocean can lead to huge fish kills, with thousands of species washing off dead on the shore. Lower oxygen level in river have also been seen to result in huge masses of fish floating dead on the river surface. For example, earlier this year, receding flood waters resulted in such low oxygen level that Darling rivers near the Austrian town of Medini became clogged with millions of fish. Increase in greenhouse gases, declining oxygen can also lead to increased amounts of greenhouse gases. Okay, so increase in greenhouse gas, declining oxygen can also lead to increased amount of greenhouse gases being released from the river and toxic metals being produced. The researchers model also showed that many species of fish could die out completely as a result of. Okay. So, the researchers' model also showed that many species of fish could die out completely as a result of the oxygen loss and warming temperature in the river over the next 70 years. Many fish species will be extinct. A reduced growth rate, marine species may experience lower growth rate due to limited oxygen availability, affecting their development and overall health. What can be done? Reducing carbon emission. And the primary causes of oxygen loss in the ocean is global warming driven by greenhouse gas emissions. And to slow down and potentially reverse this trend, it is crucial. Okay, to significantly cut carbon dioxide emissions, mitigating greenhouse gas emission, slowing down ocean deoxygenation can be achieved by mitigating greenhouse gas emission, which will require global efforts to transition to cleaner energy sources and reduce reliance on fossil fuels. Addressing nutrient pollution, nutrient runoff from agriculture and sewage effluents. Okay. Okay. So protecting marine ecosystem, it's essential to better protect marine ecosystem as this can help conserve marine genetic biodiversity and promote the recovery of ocean life. However, this should be coupled with significant reductions in carbon dioxide emissions to be truly effective. Fine. Then the so because these are major issues and this may affect the aquatic life, both marine and over the rivers. Okay, so in ocean and river, so this will definitely this needs active participation and support by the stakeholders. Fine. Then the next is the digital quality of life index. India ranked. Okay. India ranked 52nd in Digital Quality of Life Index. India has been ranked 52nd out of 121 countries in the Digital Quality of Life Index survey 2023. The annual survey by the Netherlands-based firm has ranked 121 countries on five factors: internet quality, internet affordability, is that digital or infrastructure, e-government, and e-security. These five parameters. What? So, internet quality, internet affordability, internet that e-infrastructure, e-government, and e-security. In Asia, India ranked 13th place with Singapore, the leader in the region. So the top three countries in the Digital Quality of Life Index are where Denmark, South Korea, and Finland. India ranked first in 2023 Global Crypto Adoption Index. India has been ranked first in the 2023 Global Crypto Adoption Index released annually by the crypto analysis firm that HELPLINE. India's rank has jumped from fourth place in 2022 to first in 2023. Over 154 nations were ranked in the grassroots crypto adoption. The rankings show how average people in the country are adopting and using crypto in their daily lives. Top five countries in crypto adoption are India, Nigeria, Vietnam, United States, and Ukraine. Okay. So the next news is about the elephant corridor. Okay. A new elephant corridor report released by the central government showed a 40% increase in elephant corridor across storage corridor. It is the pathway through which the wild animal called the heritage animal of India, it makes a move, which called the elephant corridor. The pathway through which the elephant moves in the forest is called the corridor. Okay, the central government showed a 40% increase in the elephant corridors across 15 elephant range states in India. Highlights of the report: the number of elephant corridors have increased to 150 against 88 registered by the government of India in 2010. The elephant population in the country is estimated to be 30,000. West Bengal had the most elephant corridors, 26 out of these 150, amounting to 17% of the total corridors. The report said East Central region contributed to 35% and 52 corridors, while Northeast regions was second largest, 32%, numbering to 48 corridors in total. So, first East Central region and the Northeast region, the two major regions of elephant corridors. South India registered 32%, that is 21% of the elephant corridor, while North India was lowest at 18 corridors or 12%. Majority of the corridor were noted to be within state boundaries and the intensity of the use of corridors has increased by 40%. However, it showed that 19% of the corridors, that is 29, shows a decrease in use, while 10 others were seen impaired and demanding restoration for facilitating elephant movement. So, if the corridor is not good, so elephant avoid these corridors or abandon the already existing corridors. Okay. Okay. Majority of the corridors are noted to be within state boundary, and the intensity of the EU corridor has increased by 40%. However, it shows that 90% of the corridors, that is 29, shows a decrease in use, while 10 others were seen impaired and demanding restoration for facilitating elephant movement. Okay. Okay, the decrease in corridor use is attributed to the habitat fragmentation, shrinkage, and destruction. The increase in the elephant corridor also reflected that elephants have expanded their range in the Vidarbha region of Maharashtra, neighboring Chhattisgarh and southern Maharashtra, bordering Karnataka. Elephants have also seen an increased presence in Madhya Pradesh, found in the Sanjay Tiger Reserve and the Bandhavgarh. Besides that, range also increased in northern Andhra Pradesh, where the elephants access movement from Odisha. In these states, long-term viability of habitats to support elephant population, followed by a data-driven approach in identifying corridors, could be pertinent. Similarly, data on elephant movement remains sketchy in many northeastern states that harbor a relatively small population of elephants. Okay, because elephant has been credited as the national heritage animal, so right now steps should be taken for their proper care and protection, because without protection, there will be easy prey. Okay, then the Kishan Rin portal. Okay, the Kishan Rin portal was launched recently. Okay. Okay. The Kishan Rin portal was launched recently. It is a digital platform aimed at helping farmers avail subsidized loans under the Kishan Credit Card scheme. The launch event was attended by Union Finance Minister and Union Agriculture Minister. Key highlights on the Kishan Rin portal and related initiative. The primary objective of the Kishan Rin portal is to make it easier for farmers to access subsidized credit through the Kishan Credit Card scheme. The KCC scheme provides farmers with affordable credit to meet their agricultural and related financial needs. Comprehensive information. The Kishan Rin digital platform provides a comprehensive view of farmer data, including detail about loan disbursement, interest subvention claims, and the progress of scheme utilization. This means that farmers and relevant authorities can access and track important information related to the Kishan credit card loans to a single platform. The Kishan credit card is a government-backed scheme that provides farmers with a credit facility to meet their agricultural expenses, including crop production, post-harvest expenses, and even consumption needs. These loans are typically provided at a subsidized interest rate. Seamless integration with the banks. The portal aims to facilitate seamless integration with the banks, making the process of availing credit more efficient. This integration can lead to quicker loan processing and disbursement for farmers. Campaigning and manual launch. In addition to the Kishan Rin portal, a door-to-door KCC campaign was also launched. This campaign likely to involve reaching out to the farmers directly to inform them about the benefits of the KCC scheme and how it to access it. The Kishan credit card, and it has been made RuPay card. Kishan credit card has been updated to RuPay card by the government for easy access by the beneficiary farmers. Fine. A manual for the weather information network data system WINDS portal was launched. This manual would help users understand the utilize the WINDS portal, which could be related to the weather information and its impact on agriculture. The Kishan Rin portal is a digital platform that aims to streamline the process of availing subsidized loans under the Kishan credit card scheme for farmers in India. Because farm loans are highly subsidized by the government of India, and even some state government also further subsidize the loan given to the farmers. So this makes the agricultural loan much viable for the farmers, because agriculture comes under the priority sector lending of the government. Okay, so the Kishan Red Portal is a digital platform that aims to streamline the process for availing subsidized loans to the Kishan Credit Card Scheme for farmers in India. It provides comprehensive information and integration within banks, making it easier for farmers to accept credit and manage their financial needs in agriculture. The launch event also included the initiation of the KCC campaign and the release of manual for the Queen's portal. Fine. And this will facilitate accessing easy loan by the farmers. The Anamudi Solar National Park. Okay, from a start burnt out land. Okay, so from a stark burnt out land, the Pojatoman area in Anamudi Solar National Park has transformed into a green haven teeming with life due to conservation efforts. The Anamudi Solar National Park is a protected area located along the Western Ghats of Idukki districts in Kerala state. It lies just east of Eraviculam National Park. It is surrounded by Eraviculam National Park, the Pampadum Solar National Park, the Chinnar Wildlife Sanctuary, and the Mothikena Solar Park. Okay, so it is surrounded by all these. The Anamudi Solar National Park consists of three solar reserve forests, namely the Panaban Solar, the Pularadi Solar, the Idivara Solar together occupying an area of 42,068 kilometers. It was declared as a national park in the year 2003. Okay. Okay. The rich wildlife, the park provides safe and comfortable habitat to the wild species of flora and fauna. The rich wildlife includes elephant, tiger, panther, Indian bison, Nilgiri thar, gaur, spotted deer, sambar, giant gizal squirrels, that Hanuman langur, sloth bear, flying squirrels, etc. That means it is. Okay, so this is the rich flora and fauna in the forest. Then come to the question: the reservation of seat for women in the institution of local governance by the 73rd and 74th Amendment. Okay, passed with the Parliament. A local sub-government has had a limited impact on the patriarchal character of the Indian political process. Given its far-reaching consequences, the 73rd and 74th Amendment, 73rd Amendment along 74th is called a silent revolution. The most revolutionary provisions is said to be the reservation of one-third of the seats for women in local bodies, including the number of seats reserved for women belonging to SC and STs. Okay, so further, not less than one-third of the total number of seats for chairpersons in the panchayat at each level shall reserve for the women, not in panchayat but for urban local bodies. And in Odisha, it is 50%. Impact of amendment on the partial character of the Indian political process. Okay. Okay, but has it really made a considerable impact towards improving the status of women in the that debatable topic? In spite of progressive nature of the constitution, traditional social hello, huh? Coach, huh? ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଅଛି 5ଟା ବେଳେ ଫ୍ରି ଯିବି 5ଟା ପରେ 6ଟା ବେଳେ କଲ୍ କରିବେ 6ଟା ଫ୍ରି ଯିବି 6ଟା 15 ବେଳେ କଲ୍ କର okay so in spite of progressive nature of the constitution, traditional social structures that restricted women's social participation were enforced in which men hold. Okay. So that restricted women's social participation were enforced in which men hold primary power and predominant roles of political leadership, moral authority, and social privilege. Okay. Whether it has been changed by the amendment or not, that's a big topic of discussion. The reservation of seat in the Panchayat Raj institution has enabled women to contest and win elections, but lot of structural and procedural changes restrict their capacity to become effective leaders. Women's increased vulnerability to poverty, low educational status, and lack of financial independence are all compounded by the perpetuation of traditional and outdated social attitudes which give preference to male leaders. Women are often assumed to be proxy for male family members who are not able to contest the seat due to reservation system, and their capacity to make their independent decisions is completely compromised. The violent nature of politics also has negative impact on women's political participation and makes it difficult for them to exercise their power and decisions in today's politics and continue to pose big challenges for them. The women from the ST and SC categories have to face double burden of caste and gender discrimination, due to which they are pushed towards the outskirts of mainstream Indian politics. The women from minorities are also subjected to all effect of patriarchy, that patriarchy society, the male-oriented society. Following data show that there is no major change in women participation in politics in India, even after enactment of the 73rd Amendment Act. Although they have been given power in theory, but the concept of Sarpanch Pati has emerged where the male member of the family, the husband, the father, or the brother, they play dominant role over their uh, female counterpart. So they became the domi, and in their name, the male member of the family they dominate. According to Interparliamentary Union, the UN Women Report, Women in Politics 2017, the Lok Sabha has 64 MP, which is 11%, and the Rajya Sabha has 27, 11% women MP. There are just 62 women among the 78 elected members of the Assembly in the election, as per the data compiled by the Association of Democratic Reforms and the Center for Policy Research. It was 77 in the previous election. The total number of women MLA has come down to 9% in 2018 or 11% in 2013. Okay. So, in India, between 2010 and 2017, women's share rose 1% point in the lower house, that is the Lok Sabha of Indian Parliament. Representation of women at local government level varied from state to state. There are 13.72 lakh elected women representatives in PRI, which constitute 44% of the total elected representatives in December 2017. Women participation in political parties remained low in the 1990, with 10 to 12% membership consisting of women. From 1980 to 70, 43% candidate and 70% electoral race had no women candidate at all. So, in order to see effective result of all the constitutional and governmental efforts towards women empowerment and their increased participation in political sphere. Okay. So, in order to see effective result of all the constitutional and governmental efforts towards women empowerment and the increased participation in the political sphere for more inclusive social order, there is a need to address the several structural and institutional deficiencies which result in the limited success of the scheme and programs of the government. Fine. So all and in this slide you can say that recently, so the success of the theoretical success of this has encouraged the government to go for passing the women reservation bill in the parliament. So Lok Sabha passed it. So for keeping one third seat reserved for women in parliament and assembly. Okay, so that is the next step towards giving more benefits to the women in electoral system. Then coming to the question, that's the following statement: the elephant population in the country is estimated to be over 50,000. Wrong. Karnataka has the most elephant corridors. That is also wrong. It is West Bengal. Okay, it is 30,000. This is West Bengal. Elephant have seen a decreased presence in Madhya Pradesh and found in Sanjay Tiger Reserve and the Bandhavgarh. Okay, so all the three are incorrect. Okay, I arrange the following locations from north to south. So north to south means first will be the Silent Valley National Park, then the Naimudi National Park, then the Mathiketan Sola National Park, in the Periyar National Park. So 4321 is the right option D. Consider the following statement about the Anamudi Solar National Park. It is located in the state of Tamil Nadu. No, it is Kerala, not Tamil Nadu. Okay, it consists of mountain wet temperate forest and moist deciduous forest. So two is correct, but one is incorrect because it is not in uh, uh, Tamil Nadu but in Kerala. Okay, so then coming to four, WHO has released the first ever report on hypertension titled Global Report on Hypertension, the race against a silent killer. It was released by WHO, right? Okay, so it is a condition of higher blood pressure than normal, measured by diastolic and systolic blood pressure levels. So here both one and two are correct. Recently, the old parliament building is said to be inspired from the Chausat Jogin temple. Consider the following statement. Okay. It is located in the state of Andhra Pradesh, so known as the Ekasura Mahadev temple. It's wrong. Okay. Then built by the Kanchan Ghat king Devapala, belong to the Pala dynasty. Is right. That's the following statement. Exchange traded fund ETF are a type of investment fund. Yeah. हाँ, नहीं सर नहीं आप अगर पढ़ेंगे लास्ट ऑफ Okay. So, exchange traded funds are a type of investment fund and can include asset like stocks, bonds, or commodities, right? ETF are actively managed investment vehicles that aim to outperform the market. Here, both 1 and 2 are correct. Okay. Next, statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. For question number 2, answer will be she. Then, with reference to the religious practice in India, the Sambastari and the Pratikarmana belong to they belong to Jainism. Yes, tech recently seen in the news is related to which of the following? It is a new automated real-time yield estimation system. Okay, so C. Then consider the following statement regarding the serious fraud investigating office. It is a corporate fraud investigating agency set up by the government of India on the recommendation of the Naresh Chandra Committee on Corporate Governance. That is right. Okay. So it is a multidisciplinary organization under the Ministry of Finance. So it's not multidisciplinary. So only one is correct. And the Annamudi Solar National Park, which is recently seen in news, is located in Kerala. Now, so for this, so your that today's discussion is over. Keep watching regularly to update yourself on the development. Thank you for watching. Thanks again.